From censored files to clear evidence, this is Redacted Realms.
Simpson predicts the future of conspiracy of hidden forces. In 2021, Palatine Casino, an online betting company, posted a job opening for an information analyst position. Within 2 months, they had to watch the family animated series The Simpsons and record events that could become reality in the future, then report to the company's prediction team. The person taking this position would receive a compensation of $6,800 and get free donuts every day. Initially, everyone thought this was an entertaining recruitment ad, but on closer look, they realized it was a very serious matter. People were startled to see that this seemingly simple animated series had accurately predicted countless major events that changed the world over a long period. And it's no surprise that a casino company would want to know the future in advance. From US presidential elections to pandemic wars, the series seemed to show us the world's prospects in the following years. But why is there such strangeness? Are the frighteningly accurate predictions of the Simpsons family just coincidences, or is there a conspiracy of hidden forces behind them? Let's explore with D2T. The Simpsons family series might not be very famous in Vietnam. Compared to Tom and Jerry, we probably haven't felt its familiarity. However, in the US, this is a series considered part of popular culture with significant influence. First aired in 1989, the series was created by the producer, famous American cartoonist Matt Groening. The Simpsons is considered the longest-running animated series, so warmly received by the public after 30 years of release. Evidence is that over 25 years, the series has won many prestigious Emmy and Oscar awards for the television industry. The main content revolves around a family of 5 with the surname Simpson as the series. First is the father Homer, the mother Marge, son Bart, daughter Lisa, and youngest daughter Maggie. The family lives in a small town called Springfield. The series depicts the daily life of an American working-class family, while humorously satirizing practical issues in contemporary society. Even some commentators call it an encyclopedia of American society. In such a distinctly American series, there's much for us to learn. American culture, sports, and fashion are all clearly represented. However, the most notable aspect of the series isn't those values, but the frighteningly accurate predictions about the future world. For a multi-episode series broadcast over decades, predicting a few minor events might not be too hard to understand. But if it correctly predicts many major events consecutively, including those that change the balance of power, or impact the entire world in multiple fields, that's a different story. So what has the series predicted? In Your Eyes is an image from an episode aired in 1998. The setting taking place at the 20th Century Fox Company headquarters. But below the sign in front of the headquarters was the line, a subsidiary of Walt Disney Co. You need to know that in 1998, the 20th Century Fox was a film company with impressive influence in Hollywood. No one could think that this giant would have to sell itself to another company. Yet 19 years later, Disney actually acquired this company. On February 14, 2017, the deal was proposed by Disney, and after many negotiations, was completed with an amount up to $71.3 billion. Thanks to the success of this acquisition, Disney would own film and television brands that belonged to Fox, like Deadpool, the X-Men character universe, Fantastic Four, and even the famous film brand Avatar by director James Cameron. Additionally, ownership of hit TV series like The X-Files, Empire would also belong to Disney. Currently in Hollywood, Disney possesses immeasurable power. They have full authority to decide, change, and control everything. This changed the entire world film industry and is a historical event recorded forever. Predicting the power takeover in a $100 billion industry is certainly not normal. And the Simpsons family did it. Stop there. The series also amazed many by accurately predicting the world. In the special episode aired during the 2020 Christmas season, the Simpsons family described a scenario of an extremely dark world. That day was November 11, 2020, Election Day in Spring Fry. Homer overslept and missed the voting, making Spring Fry a Hawaiian bun land as in reality. Then appeared the four horsemen of the apocalypse in the sky. On their flags were written Plague, Famine, War, and Treehouse of Horror 31. If noticed, the episode's name was used in place of the final horseman, signifying decline, making it hard to determine accuracy compared to reality due to its prophetic nature. We all know the world has always had wars, famines, and plagues throughout history. But a truly noteworthy war is one that could affect the entire globe. 2 years after the episode aired in Europe, a fierce war broke out that shocked the world. It continues to this day with no signs of stopping. This very war has caused global material and food prices to rise, worsening famine in struggling regions. We have grounds to believe that the Treehouse of Horror 31 episode accurately predicted this global war. The show's predictions are not just vague guesses, but also accurate about character names and events that occur. You will surely believe when you learn the show predicted the Nobel Prize outcome a full 6 years in advance. In a season 22 episode from 2010, the Simpson family watched the Nobel Prize ceremony on TV. The boys' friends were also present. In the Nobel Prize night paper the class president held in his hand, his best friend guessed the winning economist was Ben Gromit Holmstrom. The final winner announced in the episode was not Gromit but Janice Body. TV worth mentioning if you hadn't. On October 10, 2016, the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences announced that year's Nobel Economics Prize went to two scientists, Oliver Hart and Gromit Holmstrom. This appeared in the show's details 6 years earlier. The winning research by the two scientists dealt with contract theory, initially seeming unappealing. But it's crucial for understanding the modern economy. It focuses on balancing parties' needs and financial benefit-sharing contracts. That's the issue between risk and incentive. Overall, it's a tool for accurately evaluating contracts to see if individuals, governments, or businesses are performing their duties well. Anyway, the Nobel is a prestigious award with great influence on humanity. The appearance of the 2026 Nobel winner's name in a 2010 cartoon. Could it be a coincidence? You must have heard this show accurately predicted. President Donald Trump's 2016 U.S. presidential campaign and the Port to the Picture episode had a scene where Lisa Simpson becomes the new U.S. president, with a surprisingly similar appearance to Hillary Clinton. The character Lisa said a line, "As you all know, we inherited a huge budget from former President Donald Trump." Some of you might be surprised by predictions in scenes of Trump taking the elevator during his 2016 campaign or taking photos with world leaders. However, those products are all fan-made and hold no value. The detail of President Trump's campaign only appeared recently as we just learned. A billionaire becoming president was extremely crazy in 2000. Moreover, the White House occupant determines historical fate not just for America, but affects the entire world. It's hard to believe if someone says this is just coincidence. The world seems to change and operate according to the script written by the Simpson family. And if you're still skeptical, you might change your mind when you learn that. This movie revealed the secret of the universe even before scientists did. In a 1998 episode, the character Homer played the role of an inventor and wrote a series of complex, incomprehensible formulas on it. Much later, people were astonished to realize that equation was actually part of what led to the birth of the Higgs boson, also known as the God particle. Discovered in 2012, decades after it was theorized to exist. It can be considered a great discovery about the origin of matter. That changed the future of science. So what exactly is the Higgs boson? How was it discovered? What impact does it have on physics and humanity? It is a fundamental particle that interacts with a Higgs field to give mass to other particles. The Higgs field permeates the universe, understood as a homogeneous environment, subject to varying degrees of disturbance and thus acquiring certain masses. Without the Higgs field, all particles would have no mass, unable to form atoms, molecules, and matter. That's why the Higgs boson is also called the God particle, as it shapes the entire universe. It was theoretically proposed in 1964 by Peter Higgs and some other physicists. They are very difficult to observe because they require extremely high energy to produce, and also decay rapidly into other particles. Physicists spent decades searching for traces of it. By 2012, at the particle accelerator, they observed a new particle with mass and properties similar to the God particle. On March 14, 2013, Peter Higgs officially announced the discovery of the Higgs boson and proved its existence. Besides its impact on physics, it has profound significance for human life, as it promotes the development of many advanced tools and devices like particle accelerators, detectors, and network computers. These tools are used not only in research but also in fields like medicine, engineering, and education. You see, that entire great achievement appeared coincidentally yet not by chance many years ago. You can easily search and reference a series of eerily accurate predictions from the movie. Surely everyone wants to know why the Simpsons series could accurately predict so many events. Regarding the unbelievably accurate prophecies, the producer said that the production team includes many experts in geography, physics, and chemistry. Each time they create, they thoroughly discuss and think about major events that might happen in the future and incorporate them into the plot. Al Jean, the show's writer-director since 1998, shared about the rumors surrounding The Simpsons as follows. The future isn't as hard to predict as you think. Each episode of The Simpsons is produced a year before airing, so to predict events, we just need to think 1 year ahead of everyone. Specifically, for the first event of Disney acquiring 20th Century Fox, Al Jean didn't explain too much. He only said that it was the inevitable result of progressive thinking and logical reasoning. And for the part related to the God particle, the answer is because David H. Cohen, a member of the production team, graduated from Harvard with a bachelor's degree in physics. This shows that the scene was written by someone with a very good physics background, and the data in the movie is based on facts, not random. What he wrote, while not entirely accurate, is considered a reasonable prediction. Later, when people saw the results on the board and the movie matching, they began to believe in the show's predictions. The incident of Trump becoming US president also has an explanation from an insider. The prediction was purely for fun, as Trump was previously known as a TV star. 16 years ago, no one believed Trump would take the White House position. It was the unconventional move by the film team in 2000 to decide to make a billionaire with little political involvement that gave them a fulfilled prophecy. Although the producers have spoken out, some still believe in conspiracy theories that the movie is an instruction from a dark force secretly manipulating humanity. That force might belong to the secret society Illuminati, supported relatively accurately by surrounding evidence, especially the human element. Most characters in the production team have extensive expertise in many fields, including science, economics, politics, engineering, and the reason they chose to make animated. This is unreasonable because science still has plenty of time for research and requires much dedication. Who make those outstanding individuals abandon their best fields to try their hand at completely new ones? The Illuminati only recruits members from the elite class of society, and this criterion is entirely appropriate. Could it be that team was tasked with becoming spokespersons in the Illuminati Succession Society, to announce to everyone about the new world order about to form? If that is true, then many future prediction details hidden in the episodes remain unverified. What are those details? What is their accuracy rate? In this episode, you can easily notice robots participating in and gradually replacing human production activities. Moreover, they can also join humans in recreational activities, serving spiritual life. After some time, the robots seem to have deteriorated and developed their own cognitive system. They realized they weren't treated properly, so they rebelled against humans. If this is a prophecy awaiting verification, it doesn't seem entirely reasonable. Because in modern society, robots have been gradually replacing humans in dangerous or programmable jobs. So can they develop their own consciousness to then become uncontrollable and harm humans? The strong development of artificial intelligence in the past 10 years is very likely a major premise, making the prophecy come true. So will we be replaced by robots or not? With the Simpsons family's predictions, we need time to verify them most accurately. Another prediction still awaiting, if it becomes reality, very likely. It will completely change how humans consume food. As predecessor, there. Homer and Marge are enjoying invisible sausages through virtual reality glasses and food tubes. Though the food has no color, the eater still perceives its delicious flavor. Along with direct taste stimulation, scientists worldwide are experimenting with virtual food using electronic to simulate the flavor and sensation of real food, even when there's nothing in the mouth. Some projects have actually succeeded in deceiving senses, letting us taste non-existent food flavors. In 2013, Manisha Renasinghe, talented researcher at National University of Singapore, experimented with digital lollipops, simulating various flavors and experimenting with electrode-equipped devices capable of amplifying salty, sour, bitter tastes in food. But with his experiment, using electromagnetic stimulation, achieved much success in simulating sweetness. He and colleagues began shifting experiments to thermal stimulation technology. They presented a new project at the science conference held in Tokyo, Japan in October 2016. He used temperature changes to simulate the sensation of sweetness on the tongue. Users placed the tip of their tongue on a square thermoelectric plate capable of quickly heating up or cooling down. The device sends signals to temperature-sensitive nerve cells on the tongue, creating flavor sensation. In the first experiment, effectiveness was only on about half of the participants. Spicy sensation when temperature reaches 35 degrees Celsius, and net flavor when the device is at 18 degrees Celsius. However, food isn't just about flavor. Food characteristics and texture are also very important. That's why Arinobu Nishima and Takafumi Agawa, two researchers at University of Tokyo, Japan, introduced a device using electricity to simulate chewing experience with different food textures. They acted on the arm muscle of the chewing jaw muscle, creating sensation of food hardness and chewiness. No food in the mouth, but users still feel like they're chewing. Many positive feedbacks due to electromagnetic stimulation making virtual food more appealing. Everything is still in the testing process, very promising for everyone in the future. Next, the scenario of humans colonizing another planet, specifically Mars, was described in this episode. In it, daughter Lisa decides to voluntarily take a one-way trip to Mars. Mother Marge was unhappy about this, but both still registered for the mission. This detail seems like a prediction for humans wanting to invade Mars in the future. Nearer or farther being colonizing other planets in the universe. This aligns with SpaceX's goal of having a million-person city on Mars by 2050. The goal sounds ambitious and humans have never set foot on Mars. But humanity will reach Mars in a few decades with breakthrough developments in aerospace. China plans to begin sending crews to Mars in 2033, while NASA's target is the late 2030s or early 2040s. After humans reach that planet, the next step is building settlements. But in reality, humans face many challenges when setting foot here. First is solar radiation, since Mars is farther from the Sun than Earth. The temperature on the planet is very low, averaging around -55 degrees. Conversely, solar winds continuously bombard the red planet due to the lack of a protected magnetic field like Earth's. It's not only harmful to humans but also causes atmospheric pressure to drop low. Low pressure lowers water's boiling point, so water on Mars only exists as ice or vapor. Earth's magnetic field protects our atmosphere. They're generated from the core where many metal minerals are heating to melting. Core temperature is lower than Earth. So the optimal current solution is using nuclear bombs through a series of small-scale nuclear explosions, sequentially activating substances in Mars' core, heating it up to potentially generate a magnetic field. Additionally, it puts humans in simulation environments invented by NASA. It can also serve the purpose of simulating isolation, confinement with limited resources that future astronauts might encounter on their Mars exploration journey. Furthermore, simulation environments are where advanced technologies and systems for future use on Mars are tested. Through these examples, do you think they can become reality? Can macro predictions only be explained by coincidence? As for now, each of us has our own answer. Let's wait and see what other surprises this prophetic sphere will bring us. The film is still loved and recognized by the public. What do you think about this film? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching the entire video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Redacted Realms channel to get the latest updates from us. Goodbye and see you again.
If this file opened your eyes, subscribe and open the next case.